Hi friends, how are you? Thank you so much for love and support. Welcome back again. Today I'm going to discuss on another interesting topic. What are the 10 tips for modernizing your IT? Let's discuss. If you observe carefully, the life cycle of information technology is becoming shorter every year, isn't it? And new competitors are disrupting industries. New fintechs are coming up. The state of technology are also coming up. There's a lot of independent digital practices processes. And on top of that, customer expectations are constantly evolving. The way it is getting accelerating the race with most advanced and hyper connected and seamless experiences which customers are expecting. So IT functions are getting relentlessly so much pressure to support these leading edge capabilities. Could be data analytics, could be cybersecurity, automation, integration with third party systems, right? So these are all having too much pressure on every IT functions. The best way to provide all this is through platforms that connect seamlessly everyone, whether it is a same industry or a cross industry or whether digital ecosystems whatsoever. It's all about your company's legacy IT system. Understand one thing. If you have a systems in place, if you don't have a modernization, I think you need to do an upgrade because you are playing a game with the new rules in which you need to modernize not just the tools and functions, but the way you do as an IT, as a function, as a group. Because most of the vendors are largely same. And you can't really apply the same options and principles of what has been applied in the past, which may not be longer apply, isn't it? Because hardware no longer stands alone. So you have a data from different systems. It can be structured, unstructured, semi-structured. Too many complicated of data points. You have it. So you got to know how do we manage and engage ourselves in a systematic and modernized ways. So it's all about modernizing efforts which has to create a value for enterprise, because every investor and stakeholders are demanding as ever. And the fundamental notable for your IT as a system or as a practice, I think you need to really understand, revisit how do we plan, design, re-engage the way we do as an enterprise from a technical modernization aspect. So let's understand. Let me share my thoughts around this. What are some of the tips through which you can make yourself as a successful transition towards modernizing IT? One, customer value is at most top priority. Although there are a number of factors that may trigger, you as an IT can decide whether should I go with modernizing or not. The paramount important aspect is to deliver a value. Every investment in your technology should amplify the benefits for your end customers, whether through maybe better experience or higher product quality, could be your operating efficiencies, that reducing some of the pricing and adding a values. Start by developing a solid business case for your modernizations, and that is where you can show what is the expected value and innovation out of this. And it's about important outcomes for your customers. How we as a IT can change the system, the way we contribute to deliver the value. So we should be able to point to certain measurable metrics. It could be your customer retention, it could be user experience, sales, productivity, recruiting. There's a lot of metrics around this. Also use cross-functional teams so that you can plan and design this modernization efforts and initiatives. You might be having a strong team of functional experts, could be from IT, strategy, R&D, customers, right? So all these operations can work together in agile methodology so that you understand what changes around this can be coordinated in a much more specific ways. So understand what is the outside practices which can be taken as a best practices towards your leading edge of different technology, so that you can deliver day in day out of what is the best desired results you can achieve as a company, right? So that is one aspect through which you understand how do we put customer value always top priority. But you need to ask certain questions. Why do we need to enhance or transform our technology right now? What problems do we expect to solve? How will this change deliver value to the customers? It's all about customer value first. And 2, keep your design as simple as possible. Because most of the organizations, if you look at it, so they got evolved for over maybe 5 to 10 years, right? And underlying the technology and the architectures also got evolved. And if you closely observe, there is a single organization, they have an IT systems based on different technologies, different data structures, different integration requirements, maybe different support arrangements, right? Because of through which they are unable to manage this complex network of technology, because they have an each and every technology for every individual applications. That's the reason why they are difficult to adapt, or maybe could be integrated with the new practices or new processes. So they got to have a lot of significant effort to make certain changes, even to understand the implication of what changes has to be done by whom at a stakeholder level from the both business and as well as operations point of view. Correct? But when it comes to the modern popular platforms, it has changed all that. It's all about standardization of your code or your standards together, so that you can interact with all your systems more fully without requiring any bespoke designs. There are a lot of APIs are available out in the market, which is open to connect, open to plug in, right? So most of the companies, they wanted to develop these interoperable components that can fit in any standards, through which small tweak is required so that they can interact seamlessly. Whether it can be your payment system, or it can be your support system, or it can be your CRM, customer relationship management systems, all can be linked into single configurable platform, so that it has an ability to share the data across all the enterprise, right? So it's all about making a simplicity to understand which process can be target first, to see how do we adapt such a way that it can manage without having a much underlying infrastructure or technologies to be in place, right? So that is one way of looking into it. And it's all about simplifying your architectures. It's all require a change in thinking, particularly when you're considering options for it, maybe new systems, or maybe arranging a new agreement with your integration partners, maybe your internal IT design principles, right? So how do we connect all our components? That is what a kind of a mindset, a shift required within your IT departments. So that is one way you can make your design as simple as possible. So you need to ask yourself, what can we do to make our technology systems as straightforward as possible? How do we know that what versatile we can implement in every systems or components? So what data and capabilities will be for our customers or our partners, or maybe could be operations of the back offices, so they have an access to one single consolidated system for a better integrated options. So understand how keep yourself, the design is as simple as possible. It's all about simplifying your architecture. 3, it's all about design for flexibility and speed. Yes, any new company, they have a constant need to adapt within ever changing environment, because they're continuously understanding how do we cope up ourselves as an innovation in products, services and practices. So your systems has to be so flexible to keep up always. So you have a technology systems in place, but you need to also understand that how do we focus on much more at enterprise level to make sure that we are focusing on the structures and the processes of each and every system, so that we can flexible and as well as at the same time speed towards delivering new releases. And every company also thriving towards how do we modernize ourselves in terms of design and flexible. Did we need to develop our own capabilities for the designing and developing of a new ecosystem at a future ready state, or do we need to learn something, a new technology of different components or the products which is there in the market, right? So you need to have an assessment of understand the fitness of your new systems or upgrades. So understand how do we adapt a minimum viable product approach. So how do we make sure that to achieve the sustainability and much more flexible way towards the market fit. I think you need to understand how do we release this MVP in a small group of releases. So it's all about how you make sure it has to be understand the existing systems, design, processes, all those aspects. So you need to ask certain questions. What aspects of your current systems which can be preventing you to adapt something more quickly? List down those things. And do we really need to include all the functionalities, or is there any better way to deal with this? So what kinds of unexpected changes we can anticipate? How do we deal with them? How do we design our products in a better way if you wanted to handle it in the future? It's about design with flexible and as well as speed. 4, it's all about your workforce and culture. If you noticed very carefully, any IT modernization that we are talking, it's most of the times the way it's seen as a matter of changing a technology. But changes in technology may be sustained only in your in your company, or maybe if your people accepts, so that's how they can sustain. But understand one thing, you always need to align your systems with your company's culture, starting with clear recognition of what are the habits of the people so that they will need to adapt. It's all about evolution, right? And the cultural shift, because you're talking about a new structure, new competencies and all those things. For example, you need to understand, do employees understand how to analyze the data? Do they know how do we protect our privacy? Do they have a skill set to coordinate with external vendors? Do they have a concerns which has not been addressed? How do we engage and address them? Right? So you need to engage all the users of new technology and give them an active role, understand how this transformation as an effort can be helpful for our company from both operations and as well as workforce point of view, right? So you need to very be clear on what are those aspects to be fundamentally make your team should be aware of it. Some of the questions maybe you can ask: what do as a people need from new systems to be more productive? How do we ensure that this technology is capable of handling the existing workforce? Is there any where we can leverage our skill sets, or what is the kind of cultural changes that we are talking so that the new systems can be adopted, and how do we create that chain of culture within the teams?
Five, how do we adapt a service mindset? When I say service mindset, it's all about customer-centric mindset. You have a traditional approach for any technology which treats all your systems or components as an assets, isn't it, right? So any modern approach that we are talking about a technology, for me it's a set of services which any company can consume and integrate as needed without necessarily owning the systems at all. So every company can then select and combine services from different range of best-in-class providers within your overall network, so that it really fits and suits your organization unique needs. Typically what happens, this approach redefines your IT function, where once you hosted and how do we maintain the complete end-to-end as a platform, because your services are outsourced and they are dynamically managed, right? So when a service component is not so effective, I think you can adapt or replace it. So you no longer care about what is the source of service and how well we need to take care of those services and etc., right? So it's all been the approach is very easier for most of the IT functions, right? For example, let's say when you wants to install some of the analytics as a platforms, right? So you have a variety of tools which are available in a new ways to use them, right? So it's all about what is your unique needs and whether do you have an adapting to the service mindset, so that the value will be shared across all your service providers, right? So this is how using your service providers as an ongoing partners in your innovation, you can shift your focus from negotiating terms to collaboratively getting the more value add results. So certain questions you should ask: what technology services do we provide to our organization as a different from others? Do we organize and fund ourselves based on the results that we produce rather than the assets that we manage? What is the value add that we are talking here? What more services could we supply at less cost effective ways, so that it will be much more organized at a global level? So it's all about how do we develop a customer centric mindset. And 6, you have to make your journey plan ready. Yes, I'm talking about how do we plot your journey before starting. Any systems which we are talking at a modernization aspects, it needs to have certain direction based on some of the customer values. So you have to have some of the modernization roadmaps which has its own sequence of milestones, how you wanted to achieve those milestones. For example, you might introduce cloud-based capabilities, right? So that they can be used for other initiatives, or you wanted to modernize your legacy systems as a prerequisite for improving time to market to for a new products or services, right? So understand what is a methodology through which you develop certain capabilities and business models for your vision. So it's all about embarking into a new journey and understand how do we get a buy-in from your key senior stakeholders. Although it is very planned journey, your modernization of any IT systems, but it has to go with a step by step, and you learn from the previous iterations and see what could be done better next time. Some of the questions maybe you can ask: what are all the most crucial steps to implement a new system, and how we as a team can be put together best efforts to make it happen? Let's say if this did not go well, how do we make it correct ourselves? What is the next course of correct plan? And who should be included in our end-to-end version of achieving this collaboratively at a global level? And who has to be behind us to guide this powerful collaboration between across the teams? So it's about how better you plan and prepare or make your journey plan before you start. Seven, it's all about your capabilities. Do we have an organization based on your capabilities? Understand one thing: most large or mid-sized SMEs that we are talking, they cannot reorganize their legacy IT systems all at once. Their efforts has to be divided, prioritized, and sequenced, because they are very large in by nature and very complex to manage, right? When we're talking about IT modernization efforts, they are for them, they wanted to organize by a project, because they are all short-lived efforts, and their budget levels are very stringent. The way they deliver, the development teams also has their own limitations, isn't it? Right? So what if you organized by capabilities instead of? Because you as a company or an organization will have its own distinctive capabilities based on your line of business, whether it can be banking or insurance or any other line of industries, because you have your combination of systems, process, and functions. These are the ones who deliver the value. No other enterprise can match it, right? So think of your systems modernization initiative as an opportunity for you to improve those capabilities, drawing on your digital expertise. How do we bring those distinctive capabilities, for example, for customer insights or new product design, or maybe UI related aspects, right? So you got to have enhance all your capabilities within your IT modernization. That was the very key aspect when you're talking about customer facing products or services, right? So organizing this complete end-to-end IT operating model will have its own benefits, as I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago. It's about your business IT alignment, and see how do we deliver faster innovation and greater value in what are the investments you as a group company can be investing in. So it's all about keeping all the products and solutions together to see how do we adapt new technologies so that you can deliver more quickly and effectively that you can. So it's about all your capabilities. So some of the questions you need to ask yourself: what is the most significant capabilities in our organization can bring value add to the table? How this IT modernization will help in terms of a development or enhancement of these capabilities? What are the best solutions or vendors who can come and deliver and develop for these critical capabilities? So create a capability based company. 8. Yes, it's all about agile and user centric. When we're talking about modernization, if you wanted to execute those modernization agenda, I think you need to look for ways to realize some of the benefits, which is very faster ways. I think what I can suggest is you avoid the big bang approach, because in which you gradually build towards a single all end-to-end components or a systems release, right? So which might involve in many months. So what you can do is you divide your complete end-to-end modernization roadmap into discrete delivery increments, and you release them kind of usable functions on a frequent release cycle. So it is better to be incomplete and rapid than complete and slow, isn't it? So identify and get the feedback from your users and see how that feedback can guide you to shift your direction to make it much more speed, right? So you have a lot of agile frameworks for your design and development, right? Either it can be Scrum or maybe disciplined agile delivery, or a safe, it's a scaled agile frameworks, or could be DevOps, right? So understand which is the framework which fits for you, and see how do you choose and train all your stakeholders carefully in them, right? So it's about all understanding the practices which is being involved, right? For example, if you want to go with the Scrum, it's all about consisting your self-organizing teams. Or you want to go with the disciplined agile delivery, it's about a process of a team, a decision making very stronger. Or you want to go with a safe scaled agile framework model, which again multiple teams will be aligned in a robust ways. DevOps, anyway, it's a practice for reducing the software development time. It's another framework. So understand how do we embrace yourself as an agility and remain user centric, which is very important. And at the same time you roll out new features in a way that it allows you to test them on a different profiles, segmentations, use cases. So understand all those demographic related aspects as well. That is one way how you can adapt and adjust your systems iteratively, and you can build your own capacity of frequently getting the user feedback from your stakeholders, and adapt a continuous improvement mindset. So this is how you can look for a new opportunities to learn and make your system better, right? So some of the questions you can ask, like who will be impacted if you wanted to bring up these new changes, and what is the understanding of all our previous experience, and what are the different ways through which we can manage ourselves. So what is the strategy that we are talking, and how do we align ourselves towards this this new strategy. So be agile, and at the end of the day it's all about user centric. And 9, it's all about how do we invest resources so that whatever the changes that we are anticipating will be achieved. Understand one thing: before you commencing on any modernization large scale programs, you need to be clear and perform a careful analysis on what is the breadth and diversity of resources that you have, so that it will help you to successfully deliver that complete outcome what has been given or set by the senior management. Because the project management and transformational leadership capabilities are very, very important as technical capabilities. So you need to have you need to form a team which can oversee those efforts and choose the people with a strong bias for change, and they should have a strong desire and ability to learn, and high tolerance for your complex and situations like that, right? So it's very important, and avoid all locked in situations. Let's say you have a single vendor who has a control over all your iterations, right? I think you need to insist on go with the open APIs, so that you can connect to different range of other systems, right? So if you're talking about some of the commercial of the self software, understand make sure you can link into different databases like open source products. So you just need to be very careful in terms of scrutinizing your choices about what features and technologies ensure your financial values or should be aligned with your strategy. So it's very, very important, and think through your resourcing aspects, and see how do we new system can be built in a lesser time, what is the transition plan, and how do we ensure that we will be in the budget as per the senior management aspects. So you develop a plan for all those things, and see how do we decommission or retire our old system, and move the people to the new ones, and towards your learning and development. And these are all little much planning about all towards the aspects, right? So you need to provide a lot of team aspects, and you got to train them, right? So understand some of the questions like which is the kind of IT investments that are can bring a value add, which is like returns, right? So how do we align our resources to support this kind of large transformation programs? And do we running out of skills? Yes. If that is the case, I think you need to see and find the talent and towards your new systems, and how do we build them. So it's all about your team and the resources towards investments. The last one, which is all about your partners, who should have a kind of a shared value and trust, isn't it? Because we are talking about any technological systems. If you wanted to modernize for your organization futures, right? So you shouldn't treat them as a modernization. It's all about don't consider like a transactional event. It's all about how effective your partners, and how did we selected the partners, and invest in their due diligence in terms of their criteria and evolution aspects and all. So your goal should be very clear, and understand what is the mutual benefits you can deliver from your partner, so that you can develop a working relationship which will be a kind of a mutual commitment and collaboration at a longer vision, right? If you don't get this right, not only your project might fail, but also in terms of the underlying switching cost will be very, very high, right? So I think you need to use informal as well as formal ways of gathering different information, and understand which is the partner who can trust and share the value of the leadership much trustworthy. In it's all about credibility of your work, right, which you're talking about building a new systems or modernizing your IT. So think about how well those systems support your own capabilities, and see how you can benefit, and at the end of the day it's about your customers, right? So I think that is why that is the where you need to be very clear in terms of managing and maintaining relationship with your partners at a longer term, right? So, and some of the questions you might ask, like what are we looking for any partner, and what values we are important for us, and what is the criteria that we can leverage to understand whether the partner is also having a similar values, right? So how do we build the mutual trust between both partners and as well as a company, right? So it's about selecting a trustworthy partner makes your project success, and you can modernize your IT in better ways. Just to conclude my final thoughts, if you wanted to modernize your company's technology, I think your goal should be very effective and sustainable towards your strategy. So anyway, understand how do we design the systems more effectively, how well we can engage each individual teams, and how do we help to facilitate to get this constructive change throughout your enterprise. I hope this kind of tips will help you to formulate and plan your modernizing your IT. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for listening, and thank you.